We are down here assembling us a 289. I watched a YouTube video, so I know how to do the rockers. Yep, I'm an expert now. That's what makes you an expert, YouTube. It's the same thing we're posting this on, so then more people become an expert because they watch me do it? I don't think so, but I think it'll work. It's not very hard. Literally, you just run it down, evidently, till the push rod stops spinning, then run it down. I bet that's basically small block Chevy style. But we're down here putting this together because this one goes in that red Mustang over there. And we want to get that one back up and going. We can get the brakes going, get this motor back in, and then that one's sent on its way. And then we can start hacking on the suspension on this girl. We need to make some brackets. We're going to switch some bags over to some bags that actually fit inside the arms. Get those out of the way. We're going to move some of these components back here. We're probably going to put a Watts link in the rear. We're going to move the bags either behind or forward of there. Not sure. The shocks were keeping it from going all the way down. We're going to get rid of the bump stops and we'll get this sucker slammed down. Thinking about C-notching the frame. Pretty easy, pretty fun. Yeah. Good times. But no, we're having a good day and just having some fun, and I'm actually pretty stoked about what we're doing and getting stuff going, and hopefully I can get him way further ahead. And the doggy's definitely enjoying all this badass weather. So let's get this motor together. It is dumping some rain right now. It's crazy. Kind of goes in bands. You can't even really see it on the camera. It's crazy. And it just goes into the sand, so you can't really... We're getting the rockers put on. It's loud. I guess you can come see it drip off the building over here. That's crazy. It is dumping. I'm glad I put up my windows. Man, Florida's got some crazy ass weather. That's for sure. Well, I got all the rockers in. I went ahead and I ran them down to where all the actual push rods stopped moving, and then I rotated the motor, kept doing it until they all just barely stopped moving, and then I took it a half turn, and then I locked all these down by the Allens. So we should be golden. I watched a bunch of videos and made sure, but we should be good on that. I'm getting ready to throw the intake back on. We'll get that on so that can be dried up in the morning. RTV will be good. We can shove that motor in. But here is that big block Corvette. Look at that 572. That just screams yummy. That's like, oh yeah, daddy. Not saying I'm going to put a big block in mine, but it fits. Nah, I don't want a big block. I like the mileage of mine. But we got her pulled out further. We're getting ready to start working some more of the gear on here. Get the front end lower, get the rear end lower. We'll start working a lot of the other stuff in that realm and playing. But yeah, I want to get this air suspension lower, get that front lower, get the rear lower, because these fronts, those bags should go inside of that. He's got an 8-inch bag on there. We're going to look at running a 6, so it'll actually fit. The rain stopped for a while, and then it started again, and it stopped, and it started. I'm guessing that's a lot of Florida. I don't know. It's kind of neat seeing all the rain. It's kind of relaxing. Nice sound. But I'm going to keep humping on this and keep working. Get that intake on so we can get this motor wrecked in the morning. So let me keep going on that. As I was putting the last intake bolt in, that one right there, these decided to come out when I torqued it. So yeah, those are the threads. Yeah, I kind of need those to put the bolt in. So I'm going to pull the intake and get those gaskets cleaned up, and then we'll put a helicoil in it tomorrow, and then we'll put the intake back on. And then we can put it in the Mustang. But yeah, everything should be adjusted. Everything's rocking. Kind of sucks the threads pulled out on the last bolt. Last bolt. Last bolt. You sure are a fucker. Alright, we have the intake off of that, and I've got the gaskets cleaned up where they were. And I was over here doing a little investigating, doing a little figuring and stuff like that, trying to figure out what I'm going to do on the rear suspension, and I had a realization. Let me show you. So when you're doing a parallel 4-link, you want the bolt hole distance to be the same there as back on this bracket back here. Now it's hard to tell. That one, when I did a rough measure, was about 6, and that one's about 5. So the two bars are narrower down here and wider down here. and as we move the axle, it's going to screw with shit. So we have to move them anyways, so we'll fix that problem as we go. But just wanted to show you guys that, and that way you can understand a little bit more of what I'm going to be doing. Because you can kind of see actually on the video how it's narrower, wider back there in the back. That's more of a triangulated 4-link, and if we were doing that, we would have to approach this a little differently. But on that note, I'm shutting down the garage, and I'm going to head back to the house and get something to eat. So we got a lot of stuff done, a lot of things accomplished, and we should be able to get some more done tomorrow. So I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.